I thought we'd do a little unboxing quick of this Bersa Thunder 380 Plus. Comes in this nice molded plastic case. Has a mental health card. It's okay to talk about it. This one comes from Classic Firearms with one magazine in a plastic bag with a chamber flag, and looks like it's pretty much a one-use thing. It gets mangled when they put it in there, but may or may not be useful. Looks like there's a little bit of, maybe it's not rust, but it's a little bit of discoloration on the slide. Maybe it's just dust or something. And there's some, looks like maybe grease, so maybe that's just grease on there. And behind the takedown lever on the frame, looks pretty good. Feels nice and smooth, very smooth actually. And the decocker functions, and the magazine disconnect functions. So hopefully we can get some more magazines for these, but this is a 15 round magazine and it feels very good. It's not too chunky in the hand, but it is very ergonomic. The grips are nicely fit. The frame is a little bit proud of the grips, which is better than having the grips proud of the frame for sure. There's rubber checkering around the front strap. The grips, I assume, are one piece. Yeah, looks like they're wraparounds. And there's no tool for the, I assume that's a fire and a deactivating safety, trigger safety, that you can choose to use or not. I don't see any tools. Oh, there it is. Aha! That makes more sense. So there's the tool. Turn your gun on and off, and the manual, safety instruction manual, Department of the Treasury, Youth Handgun Safety Notice Act or something, and join the NRA, and this. That's warranty stuff. So good. Looks pretty cool. Let's shoot it. All right, so these are going to be the first 15 shots. I have not stripped it. I just oiled the barrel and the rails and made sure the bore was clear. So let's just shoot these on paper here real quick. Recoil is very pleasant, especially compared to other blowback 380s. It seems very soft. Trigger's very nice. It's there's take up like the Berettas and the SIG P230 series. It's a little bit of take up to the wall. Very nice, crisp release. Sights are 3-dot sights, but the rear two dots are either not painted correctly. That one felt a little low. I think I might be getting a little bit of slide bite, I'm not sure. Open. That's very, very pleasant to shoot. So I'm getting a little bit of sting on this part of my thumb, and I think it's from this edge of the kind of the extended beaver tail. It's a little bit sharp right there, but that is the only discomfort at all. I don't know if it's just the weight or the style or the design of this gun, but it's much more pleasant to shoot than the Walther PPK, PPKS, or even my SIG 230. I think it probably has to do with the very nice, comfortable, wide grips with much more surface area to disperse that recoil. They're very good quality rubber. They seem very firm, but they're also checkered. They fit the hand really well. So that little sting from the beaver tail appears to be the only discomfort. So let's walk down 10 yards and see how crappy my group is when I was just kind of shooting offhand and talking. So not stellar. It looks like I might be shooting maybe a little bit low and to the right. I was kind of trying to hold here, top of the front sight here. So I might be pulling him to the right. Maybe the sights need to be adjusted. I'm not sure. These are just 95 grain plated ball loads, so not match grade ammo. Let's shoot some double tap and see if we do better. So this is double tap called Controlled Expansion, 95 grain. It's kind of a round nose hollow point, so let's see if it gives us any trouble. Hopefully it refocuses, we'll see. I'm going to try to get some better. I like the slide stop, slide release. That's kind of uncommon in 380 blowback pistols of this shape. See if I can get better trigger presses this time. Those are much warmer. Yeah, those sting a bit. I've jerked that one. There's a plate right behind my target that I keep hitting, so that's why you're hearing the... Probably pulled that one high. Felt like it went right. Yeah, those are much sharper. Still, I would say this is much more comfortable to shoot than single stack 380 blowback pistols. Let's go see if I did any better. So somewhat better. These are the ones I probably was jerking low, but that looks like a pretty well-centered group. If you discount these, if you count that as the one I called that I jerked right, and these is my other crappy shooting, then it's probably pretty well centered, at least with those hotter loads. So let's shoot some steel and see how it does. All right, so let's try the double action first. It's not the most ergonomic switch, but it works. Let's try the double action. Oh, that's very nice. Till the end. So it's very smooth and very light, and then it stacks, but it's a smooth stacking, and then right before it breaks, it gets quite crunchy, quite stacky. So I'm hitting center. That's where I'm aiming. Pointing it. Try that top square on the right. Yeah, that was pretty much where you point it. Magazine release a little bit stiff. Like maybe needs to break in a little bit. Mag jumps out though. Let's do some more. Wish I had some more magazines. All right, some more with the round nose. I'm gonna cock that again, just practice that double action. Just have to hit the press straight through it. Got my thumb on the slide, and it looks like the slide stop notch got me a little bit, so I have to make sure I get that out of the way. If I can get those little ones on the bottom. Nope, not yet. So I don't know where it's, I might be jerking them low, I don't know, we'll have to see. Load up another one. I think the lip of the magazine, kind of square front edge of the magazine is hitting this kind of square front edge of the mag well, but I have to get used to that. See if I can get those little ones. That one hit, but I'm not sure where. So it looks like it's, yeah, so low right. That's probably me. So cover the plate. Yeah. I'm not very good at those little ones with this yet. It's working fine. With those lighter ball loads, it's very pleasant. It's not, the only discomfort is that, as I said before, that sort of sharpish edge right there. It's kind of wearing in because I'm using kind of a high thumbs grip. But try locking it down. Let me try locking them down and see if that does any better. Try putting my thumb down, locking my other thumb on top of it, see if that helps at all. Yeah, that's better. One brass to my head right there. Of course. So I had one brass to the face. As I said, these are not the strongest loads. So I must say, for the money, favorably impressed. It looks sharp. This is the duotone model, and that was some grease on the frame, by the way. It just wiped right off. So I think they must grease the trigger bar. It looks nice and sharp. I mean, it looks like kind of like the, you know, old chrome, hard chrome frame 1911s with the black slide, like the Combat Special and Black Myers or whatever. The trigger is, I would say, superior in single action to my SIG. Definitely superior to the Walthers that I've shot. The DA on the Walthers is basically unshootable. The DA in this is passable. The first part of it is very nice, and then it does stack quite a bit till the end. And it keeps coming back and keeps getting stackier until you're like, is it ever gonna go off? And then it finally does. So it's usable in double action, but definitely single action is superior. 15 rounds in its nice small compact package is pretty impressive, especially for $250 plus shipping from Classic Firearms right now, which in my opinion is a good value. This is the kind of thing you're looking for. If you're a James Bondy fan and you don't want to spring for a Walther, this might be your ticket. Plus you get a nice ergonomic wide grip for larger hands. I have large/XL size hands, and it fits my hand very well. And if you lock your thumbs down, you don't get some wear or some sting from that. Those plus P loads are, you definitely feel them though. The range stuff, not so much. You can shoot that all day long. And I can't say that about Walthers. They are unpleasant for me to shoot even with target ammo. So overall, very favorably impressed. So hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. This is the Buffalo Bore 95 grain controlled expansion jacketed hollow point. Shooting at 15 yards, which is about as far as I can see. Just going to shoot from this improvised rest. Can't really see very clearly, but we'll see what happens. Shooting in this condition when you're really trying to milk the trigger, it's apparent that the trigger, single action trigger, creeps much more than you notice when you're shooting offhand. It's very smooth, but it does move quite a bit before it breaks. Alright, this one is 2.9 inches center to center. That one's a double. So, not too great, but it is what it is. Alright, this one is nickel plated cases. And it is the 100 grain full metal jacket round nose match from DoubleTap. I'm not sponsored by DoubleTap. I would love to be, hint hint, but I just had this. This is the only factory ammo I have, and I got it at a reasonable price, and I wanted to try the quote match to see if it made any difference with me behind the trigger. Those are a lot less warm, happily. Shot my target sticky off. So, you know what, I better go put it back. That wouldn't be fair. That one was dead center in the X, but the first shot was about 3 o'clock in the 9 ring. So this comes with caveats. I can't actually see clearly at this distance with this prescription, so. Yeah, that creep is annoying. It's not a target pistol, so don't treat it like one. But it keeps creeping and creeping and creeping until it finally goes, but it's, like I said, it's smooth. That brass went into my face. That one appears to have hit the center again, which is encouraging. Well, it didn't lock back, but we won't blame it for that. Let's go look. Oh, there's one underneath this pasty, so let me move it out of the way. That was my first time I shot off. That's actually not too bad. Lots of horizontal stringing, which is probably my terrible rest. Let's measure it real quick, hold on. That is 2.5 inches, center to center. All right, let's do the next one. All right, this one is the 80 grains lead-free Barnes bullet. This is the Tac-XP. Those actually don't hurt too bad. It's not locking back, but it's the least of our worries. Let's go check it out. Well, I threw a flyer again, but that main group looks pretty good. I really don't like shooting for groups, and I'm not good at it, can you tell? But it is what it is. We don't reshoot groups here, so let's measure it. So the four clustered ones are 1.5 inches, but with the flyer it is 3.3 inches for that one. So we got one more load. I might try my reloads actually once, but we'll see. Right, this one is Buffalo Bore 90 grain jacketed hollow point. These should sting a bit. Let's check it out. That looks like it's the best today. That is inner edge to outer edge, 1.4 inches. 1.4, oh, it's 1.49 inches, so yeah. Let me see, is that one? My battery's dying. About 1.4 inches. So that looks like it likes that. It definitely is warmer than the other ones. I'm gonna shoot one group with my reloads. All right, this is hand loads, and they're Berry's 100 grain hollow base round nose bullets. Not bad. That is, let me measure it here real quick. That is 1.462 inches, so. And pretty close to the point of aim. All of them are slightly drifting to the right for me. But I'm not sure if that's me or if the sights just maybe need to be pushed over a tiny bit, but that's what we get. And hope you enjoyed it. Bye.